collecting numbers from users within ManyChat is pretty easy, but displaying custom values based off of their input can be trickier than you'd hope. So looking in the screen here, I have a flow, and I'm taking a value in, and I'm trying to display the numbers in a way that the user would expect. So first, let's take a look at the input on how collecting numbers can be tricky if you're using the numeric data type for the custom for the user input. So in this case, it's asking for a number, and in this demo, this use case, it's a business page that's asking for target sales numbers. And right now, me being Dr. Evil, I'm going to say $1 million. I'm going to put in 1 million as I would expect in my natural language. Dr. Evil is American, so we will put, I don't know, he's not actually American, but the movie was. So we'll put in 1,000,005 because he wants to, think big. And we put in 1,000,005 in here, and boom. I have a bad user experience. It's telling me, hey, use digits only. It's like, oh man, really? I wanted to put in the numbers how expected. You get a jolt. So using number format for me, it's kind of a flag right there where you can't input numbers how one would expect. But then again, it does protect you and allows you to get clean data more easily. So I put in the number that it was expecting, and this is, I'm already doing some conversions here. Hi, the number you input, this is how it looks like naturally stored in the custom field, and then converting it in Google Sheets will look like this. So what I'm doing in Google Sheets, I'm storing the number, and I'm doing a format like this. So I'm just doing a format. This is grabbing the column and then just doing format number, and then we're doing it as number in this case. So that's what this would look like normally. It's not really helping any. So the formatted text above, it's saying it's over 1,000, but what I have here in my system, I have two sets of numbers. I'm storing them as number, and I'm actually storing them as text over here. So that's what this section is saying. It's saying, well, instead of using numbers and just working solely with numbers, you can actually work with text, and then you can get an output that looks like this. So you can get an output that that you'd expect. And here, I goofed. Here in another version of the video, I was trying to make it easier, but I goofed, and I'm getting different results back. But we'll take a look at that in a bit. So you get to see, in order to get numbers back with digits being separated by whatever separator that you want to use, you'll need to use that as text. You need to have a version of whatever you collected stored in as text and displayed as text. So what we're doing, I'm just throwing the number in here, and then I'm doing a formula. I have a formula that's doing this in a few different ways. Let's see. Yeah. So in this case, I want to show you more or less how this formatted number here. All I did was select the column, and then I went format number, and then I did number, and this is going to give me this particular type of format. But this isn't necessarily very helpful because, let's look. This is the type of output that you're going to get if you do just that. And if you spit it back as text and store it as text, then you'll get a better format. So which looks like this. So right now we're getting a little bit better by storing things as text. And if you want to bring things back as currency, then we can actually do that. Here I goofed a bit and I actually want to take this. Basically, I'm using a function called text, and then you get to spit a number back as text, and you get to format it in the way that you like. And this can be helpful if you're working globally. And then here, we'll do this. I'll just put my currency there. Cool. So now I have a format that I want, and this is going to be spit back as text because that's what this function does. This function will make numbers into text, and when I spit it back to ManyChat, it will be happy with it. So let's go back into the bot. Let's try this again, and we'll double our values, and let's see what the output looks like. What we're looking for is a change over here. So we'll click, try again. Okay, so enter a number. We're already familiar with, we need 2, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, like that. So I put in a number that the system should expect and should be able to manage with. And here are the numbers. Not so nice when using just numbers. But if we go ahead and upgrade and just use text, you get to see we get a nice value like this. And here we're able to spit back numbers like this. And what's cool, if you do this, if you work globally and you know that a region that you're working in, they expect numbers to be done in a certain way, you can actually have another, I can have, let's say, I copy this and I just bring it over. And then you can have a second, for every numeric standard, the display standard you have, you can change this and have it be, actually I don't know what the symbol would be here, but let's see, I want this to be an ampersand for whatever reason. So now I can throw an ampersand here, and let's say I want it to be separated by hyphens for whichever reason. Let's see. We'll go. Actually, I'm not sure if this is the right way to do it, but here we go. So here I'm using hyphens as separators because I'm in low lost land, and that's what we do here. So let's go ahead and just give that a go. And we'll try again. And what's nice, again, what I was saying, you can have however many formats, and this isn't going to show because I actually am not using it yet. So let's actually use it. So what we'll do, we'll store another custom field. You know what? I can do this in another video. I like to try to keep these short, and covering more topics isn't going to help anybody. So if you want to see how I would kind of do this from scratch, setting up multiple currencies, looking at the end user's region, and kind of filtering format, based off of the end user, then I can go ahead and do that. But right now, you have everything that you need, the logic behind storing the values. So you store it. So what we have a custom field. In this case, we're storing it as number. I would suggest just starting with text to begin with, and then scrubbing the data in sheets, getting the format that you like, and then displaying the values that you need. So hopefully this is helpful, and if you have any questions, just drop me a line. I'd be happy to help. Cheers. Have a great day. Bye.